Welkom weer terug in hal 16, waar de Nederlandse inzending Global Challenges Smart Solutions zijn stand heeft. En de hele dag doen we interviews in livestream en op Twitter met de hashtag Partnerland kunt u van alles volgen. We doen interviews in het Engels, want het is voor een internationaal publiek. And I'm very delighted to have the next two guests here standing at the table. And we're going to talk about a super interesting topic, namely smart lighting. So could you please introduce yourself first so that our viewers know who we are talking with today?
Right, my name is Monique List. I'm Alderman Vice Mayor of the city of Eindhoven and responsible for economic affairs.
My name is Elke Denauden. I'm a University Fellow at the Eindhoven University of Technology and Program Manager at the Intelligent Lighting Institute.
Right. So here today at the Hannover Messe, you're trying to sell a message. What's the main message you try to get across at the Hannover Messe?
Well, maybe I have to go a bit back in history, about 2 years ago. At the moment you see in the world, and of course cities are playing a major role in that cities are facing big challenges for the future. And these are challenging which affect people's life, challenges around care, about aging, around energy, mobility. And as 3 cities in Holland, 3 main cities, 3 main ports, seaport, airport and brainport, Amsterdam, Rotterdam and Eindhoven, we're facing also challenges around, let's say, livability in cities.
Yeah. Safety, for example.
Safety, for example. Yeah. How do we keep our cities safe and nice to live in? So we were thinking 2 years ago, is it not nice to have a project together, our 3 main ports in Holland, together with the technical university and with 3 companies around lighting.
Yes.
So we that's the basis, really.
Right. So we have 3 cities here, but also the university in Eindhoven plays a major role as the brain part of this collective. So how does technology in smart lighting affect, in the end, safety?
What you see nowadays is there's a lot of technology available. There's lots of sensors, there's lots of cameras, there's lots of data available, but we have not yet connected this data to meaningful services that you can do with lighting. So we have a research program that is looking into the effect of light on behavior and mood of people. And we're going to actually look into how can we create services with dynamic and intelligent lighting that uses data as a meaningful source to make solutions that really work to make safer and more attractive places.
Yeah. Because what kind of data do you extract from behavior of people, for example, when there's more or less lighting?
The pilot project that we're running in Eindhoven, a living lab on Stratum Zijnd, the pub street in Eindhoven, there we use the data of the incidents, the police reports, and say the incidents that happen in different times of the evening. And we're looking into what kind of circumstances were there and how can we use lighting to actually de-escalate this type of behavior before it really occurs. Right. So that's the Living Lab is currently collecting all the data as a kind of base measurement, and from there we're going to work on, say, smart solutions to really have it the way we want it, as a pleasant, safe place to go out.
Right. So more on a political level, what are the experience of working together as these 3 cities in the Netherlands? And more importantly, what can you learn from each other? Because the technology component is very clear, there are studies, but first maybe you also have to overcome maybe even cultural differences between cities. What makes this cooperation so special?
Well, I think it's special because, first of all, it was the first time that we were working together as 3 big cities. And of course you see that cities like Amsterdam, Rotterdam, but also Eindhoven are facing, especially also in the future, major challenges, problems, as you say. So it's very good to work together and to learn from each other's experiences. And that's the reason we said, right, as 3 main cities, we think it's important that we work together and also exchange experiences for the future. And this project, where we were working with a university and also with 3 companies in that, has actually shows that the way you work, it's a form of open innovation, actually help to exchange experiences and learn. All different parties are learning from this project. And that's really interesting to see.
And how does this all then translate into a product that is maybe even ready for export? Because this is, of course, a platform for internationalization of a product. So what do you sell then?
Well, at the end, of course, that's the reason we did with 3 cities, and also from an economic point of view, because at the end, of course, it has to result in business. And what we're seeing now is that therefore we also had 3 different companies, Philips, Cisco and Alliander, participating in that, so that now we see that if companies are working together on, let's say, a challenge a city has, that companies also having to work together in order to make a proposal. So at the end, yes, it will actually result in another way of working together with companies, but also with governments. So yes, I think at the end of the day, it will also result in more economic, how you call prosperity, or at least more intervention of companies together in that.
What about the applied sciences part? Because of course there's also in the end always a product, a result. It has to be tested, it has to be verified. So what could you say about that aspect of the cooperation?
Yeah, what we see is that that you need kind of tailor-made solutions for a specific site. So what we see is that we would like to come to kind of open platform type of solution, which is kind of a modular system where you can, for each, if you have an entertainment street in London, it will be different than Stratum Zijnd. But if you have a kind of a modular solution and you can work also to develop new lighting scenarios that fit for that specific environment, that you can actually build a business not only on the hardware but also on the services and the design side of designing new lighting scenarios.
Right. So if I understand correctly, this is like a whole integrated supply chain. There's hardware involved, but also software, in the end also services. So in the end you could service the whole world when it comes to lighting concepts, dependent on their needs.
Yes, and in that sense, research becomes more of a thing that happens alongside with the further development in the living labs instead of in a laboratory in the university. So we believe that by monitoring and collecting further data, we can develop the new services and do research at the same time.
Okay. Thank you so much for being here in our live stream in Hall 16. We will continue to stream live throughout the whole day, so stay tuned for more. Erg bedankt voor het kijken. Vergeet niet te twitteren op Partnerland. Dan vindt u alles wat hier gebeurt in Hall 16 op de Hannover Messe. Tot de volgende uitzending. Dag.